Guys, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to be revisiting a subject in which I wasn't able to make a video on. Now, as you can see on your screens in front of you guys, I have this website open, which is WSB TV. Now, this is a news, kind of outlet out in Atlanta, Georgia. Now, they somehow picked up this article, obviously, pertaining to the situation that took place in New Hampshire. Now, obviously, the title itself is self explanatory, but I'm going to just go over it and give you guys my general thoughts on the entire situation. And as always, I will leave the option up to you guys to share your thoughts in the comment section below. And if you're new to this channel, be sure to subscribe for more videos like this. Turn on your post notifications so you're alerted every time I'm uploading a video on this channel or doing a live stream. And be sure to leave a thumbs up at the end of this video, ladies and gentlemen. So the title goes, School Cafeteria Worker Fired for Giving Food to Student Who Couldn't Pay. Now, most of you guys that are obviously in school, you probably know of the schooling system in which they offer breakfast and lunch, but it's not free. So you're issued some sort of payment plan, whether it's like a plastic little card or some other form of payment that you have to issue to the cafeteria workers before you're actually able to gather up your food. So this situation, it goes without saying, basically, this was a good deed, but the wrong matters were taken. In my opinion, that's how I feel. This lady was doing, basic kindness out of her own heart, seeing that a student couldn't, afford food. So she decides, what, I'm going to help him out by giving him some food because I'm not going to allow this kid to starve on my watch, and maybe this cafeteria lady has children of her own. You never know. You know what I'm saying? So what she did, in my opinion, she should be praised. She should have been applauded. And, she should be issued some kind of medal or something. You know what I'm saying? Because she didn't allow this kid to starve. She gave him some food. And this obviously went, noticed instead of going unnoticed. And she was immediately fired. But then you get the whole updated situation in which they tried to reinstate this lady. Now, I believe the reinstatement happened, obviously behind closed doors, which didn't involve her in the meeting. You have the schooling staff that's probably sat down with like the principals and the owners of the building. You know what I'm saying? So they probably all came together and just decided that, what, this is a huge school. We can't afford to, dismiss cafeteria ladies right now because we need all the staff that we can get. So that is basically how I interpret this situation. I don't believe they, honestly looked into the situation and said, oh, she was just doing something nice. I believe, honestly, they just tried to rope her back in because of, the realization that we need everyone that we can get at this high school. You know what I'm saying? Because when you think about it, high school is a big place. College is even bigger. So you guys need staff members. You know what I'm saying? You need as many as you can get because the school community happens to be very large. So I believe that is what happened, So let me know what you guys think about this situation. Do you believe that they tried to rope her in and they understood the situation at hand, or do you think it was just a matter of exactly what I, interpreted the situation as? We needed more staff. We need everyone that we can possibly get because I believe that was the situation. I don't think they understood what she was doing. Their actions were wrong for firing her. You don't allow kids to starve themselves in school. You know what I'm saying? Regardless if the food is, not great, but it's, suitable, it's edible. You know what I'm saying? As long as you guys are making stuff that children can eat, you know what I'm saying, and it's not harming them in any way, and if they can't afford it, some should actually be able to, be given these meals, you know, on a daily basis, because we don't want our kids starving and going to school, losing weight, losing energy, not having the energy to wake up and go to school, not allowing themselves, to prosper and grow. So that's just how I view the situation. Now, as I said, I grew up, in this very same situation. When I was going to high school, I was issued a card, and you were able to use this card for breakfast and for lunch and for however long, the card lasted. Once you were, issued a letter stating that your card is no longer valid or something like that, or you need to add more funds, that's when you're cut off and you're unable to buy lunch or breakfast. So what I used to do is I used to come up with a plan. Now, obviously, everyone was issued the same card, but not everyone was eating school lunch. You know what I'm saying? That's just the nature of the world. Basically, anywhere you go, there's going to be kids that will say, you know what, I don't eat school lunch. But they were issued these cards. So I would tell people, if I knew someone was hungry, I would say, you know what, can you go online and use your card and help my guy out over there? You know what I'm saying? And I'm not sugarcoating, I'm not lying. I wish I can call up these people and give you the proof, but this was me back in the day. You know what I'm saying? I had that voice. I always tried to stand up for people, you know what I'm saying, that can't stand up for themselves. Because there was this one boy, and I can actually name him because, I don't have him on social media, and it's not like he follows me anymore. Now, this boy name was Jamie. Now, sometimes he would eat lunch depending on whatever was given, if it was like pizza, you know what I'm saying, or if it was like a burger or something, but generally he would come to school and don't really eat like that. He will wait till he gets home, or, wait till after school hours when everyone's, getting let out of the school building. We go around the corner, go to the store, you know what I'm saying? So generally, I knew that he wasn't using his card. So there were days when I felt extra hungry. You know what I'm saying? I used my card once, and this is something that the school didn't allow you to do. You weren't able to swipe your card 2 times. So, for example, like I'm telling you right now, there were days when I was hungry and I wanted more food. So I knew already that I wasn't going to be able to go back on the line and swipe my card again. So I would tell Jamie, can you get me a breakfast, please? I would say it just like that. But while I was asking that question, I will also issue him this first question. Jamie, are you eating breakfast today? You know what I'm saying? I didn't just demand that he go online and get me something like a bully. I would ask him, are you eating breakfast today? Or are you eating lunch today? He would let me know, like, no, I'm not eating today. Or I have something in my backpack. I'm straight. So I'm like, all right, cool. Can you go on the line for me and, get me a breakfast? Because if I go back up there and I try to use someone else's card, they're also going to kick you off the line because they've seen your face already. So that's what I used to do. And then after that, I used to tell people, like, I will point out certain people that I know that aren't eating breakfast or lunch, and I would stay by them and just let them know, like, okay, we got a couple of people that, want some food or whatever. You know what I'm saying? They can't afford it, or they already had, you know, their lunch and they want more or something like that. So I would basically direct people throughout the lunchroom and tell them, you know what, that guy is not using his card or whatever. Go ask him, go ask her. You know what I'm saying? So that pretty much helped out this situation. And one day a lunch lady actually approached me, and I was scared as shit, guys, because I honestly thought I was going to get, in trouble, not expelled, but I thought I was going to just get in, serious trouble for, getting other people to use their cards and stuff like that. But the lunch lady actually told me, she said, I seen what you did for a couple of people, and, we need more guys like you in this school. You know what I'm saying? And I felt like, wow, just that moment right there, it was like an enlightenment. You know what I'm saying? You feel like, wow, okay, I done something good, and it got noticed. You know what I'm saying? So I was, applaud for doing, this little kind deed. And then you get in 2019 an actual member of the staff, you know what I'm saying, who's doing the same thing that I actually did, but in a different manner. She obviously was working for, the food service company, and she would, giving out this meal to this person. But I was just, a member of the school community, just looking out for everyone around, and, also looking out for myself during those days. Because honestly, when you growing up in a rough neighborhood, or you have a rough childhood in which parents, they generally don't care about you, or sometimes they're abusive, or sometimes they just, generally don't do enough, you look to school as a safe haven. And for me, growing up, school was that safe haven. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't be home dealing with my brothers, arguing constantly with my mom, my dad always out playing basketball. So, school definitely was a home away from home for me. You know what I'm saying? So there was nights where I had to, walk around the school and everything like that after hours, just contemplating, do I want to go home? Do I want to go home? So I would partake in after school activities, you know what I'm saying? So there was clubs and everything like that for me. And then this, took up time in which allowed, the day to turn to night. And then I'm able to go home and do the same thing all over again the next day, So my general message for you guys would definitely be, if you know someone that is in need of food or something like that, just step up and try to help them out. You know what I'm saying? Don't let anybody go hungry. Don't let anybody pass out and, suffocate around you guys, you know? So if you're not using your lunch card, help a person out that needs some food. Help a person out that could use a decent meal. You know what I'm saying? And basically, I have another suggestion for you guys. Now, this definitely goes against school policies, but this will help you guys in the long run. Now, if you want to like start making your own money, you know what I'm saying, like a little side hustle, this is what I would do. And this is what I actually done. I sold snacks. So I had a food stamp card back in high school. I'm not ashamed to say it. I had a food stamp card. You know what I'm saying? EBT actually helps you out, because you're able to buy your own meals and help out with, the house groceries and stuff once you're issued your own card. So I decided, you know what? I need money in my pocket. You know what I'm saying? Because I got girls that want to go out on a date. I got clothes that I actually want to buy. You know what I'm saying? So you need money for everything. So I decided, you know what? There's a lot of kids out here that is not eating school food. You know what I'm saying? So during these lunch hours, I decided I'm going to fill my backpack up with a couple of snacks, sell things for like 50 cents, 75 cents to a dollar. Dollar was pretty much the max, so I would get candies, little cakes, you know what I'm saying? Just general snacks and stuff that you buy from the store. And I would sell it for the same price in my book bag. Now, it was a genius move, because during the day, you're in school. You're not allowed to leave the school and go to the corner store. That's something that you would definitely get in trouble for. So that's where I came in handy. You know what I'm saying? Oh, what you need, what you wanted. You wanted a Pop Tart or something? I got Pop Tarts in my book bag. No lie, guys. You need a juice or something? I got Capri Suns and Kool-Aid Jammers. And what I did with those juices, I would freeze them overnight and then take them out during the day because they sat in your book bag for multiple hours, just icing away, defrosting and everything like that. But most people would generally just pack juices in their bag and don't leave them, refrigerated. Like, come on, you can't sell hot juice to a person, you're not going to make any money off of that. So I used to bring ice cold stuff. And as I said, it was against school policies because you weren't allowed to bring in, outside food, yet alone distribute or sell anything to class members and stuff like that. But this is how I was making money for myself. You know what I'm saying? I was able to buy those Jordans that I kept looking at for months on months. You know what I'm saying? Window shopping and stuff like that. That shit was terrible. Once I was able to buy that stuff and stop looking at it, I was able to hold it in my hands, wear it to school the next day. People started applauding, ladies and gentlemen. I'm like, I can't lie to you guys. I cannot lie to you guys. You guys know I'm truthful and I always deliver the truth to you guys. And this was reality for me. I'm going to help out these people that need food. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to help out these people that don't eat school lunch, you know? Now, I only stuck to snacks. There were certain people that would come with like homemade sandwiches and stuff like that. Just in my school, basically, we were hustlers. You know what I'm saying? Because we wanted money. We wanted to go to our proms, wanted to go to our senior trips and stuff like that. So, yeah, we had a good idea, you know? But I do want to say this, and I will admit to you guys 100%, as I always tell you, this is the truth. I got the idea from an actual person selling candy for the basketball team. Now, granted, that year I tried out for both basketball and football, and during that time my grades weren't up to par. So the team captains and the general manager, obviously, they sat down with me and said, until I get my grades up, I won't be able to try out or be accepted on this team. So then I seen one of the guys that I knew from the team. He had a backpack on, and he went to the staircase, and these girls were there, obviously, and they were buying stuff from him. And I looked over there and I said, "Yo, what's in that bag?" So the dude tells me, he's like, anything you want. I got candy, I got chips, I got cakes. Only thing he didn't have was juices. But I looked in there, I was like, oh, okay, these are all pretty cool. Why are you selling this? He's like, this is to help the team and stuff like that because we have to, go on the road, obviously for away games and stuff like that. You paying for your jerseys and your sneakers and everything like that. So I'm like, oh, okay. So I'm like, that's a cool idea. That's like your own little side hustle, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, do you get to keep any of the money? And he said, sadly, it goes to the team and stuff like that, but it is for a good cause. He said that he wasn't initially looking for anything out of it. But I told him, I said, what if you actually were able to keep your own money? He didn't listen to me, He kind of just ignored the fact that I just kept going on with this whole little dream speech. So I'm like, all right, forget it. You're not listening to me. I'm going to do what you're doing and I'm going to outsell you. So then that's when he actually heard that. He said, yeah, right. In your dreams, dude, I've been doing this for a year plus now. You'll never catch me. Boy, I caught that boy in a fucking week, ladies and gentlemen. I came, told my sister what we were going to do. She's like, oh, that's a dope idea. Can I have in on that? So I'm like, all right, cool. We'll split the profits 50-50. Whatever I make, I give you half. You know what I'm saying? You allow me to use your EBT card because she had a family. You know what I'm saying? So the people that has family, you get more than the person that is just, a single person with no children. So I was a single person with no children, obviously. And I was issued a card and you get a certain amount for each month. So basically I've done my shopping already for the month and I had like a little bit left over. So I was able to buy a couple of my supplies that I needed, you know what I'm saying? A couple of cakes here and there, a couple of juices, but I felt like, I won't be able to last the week considering that my funds are low. So yeah, I went to my sister. She said, oh, I will allow you to use my card if you let me in on this little, hustle. So I'm like, all right, what do you want? She's like, basically, I'll allow you to use my card. You get me 50% of what you make. So I'm like, I'm thinking about the numbers. You know, if I'm selling these things for $1, depending on how much I have in my bag, hmm, okay, I can live with 50%. You know what I'm saying? Because I had confidence in myself that I can sell everything that I had in my bag that day. So I just knew, you know what? If I came home with like $30, that's 15 for me, 15 for her. That's legit. You know what I'm saying? Because when you're thinking about it, back then you were, minimum wage was like what, 7.25 an hour. You know what I'm saying? And I made $15. So I'm like, yeah, if I'm able to do this for 5 days a week, you know what I'm saying? Like this for consistency of 30 to 31 days in a month, this is going to add up really, really nicely. But things went sideways when it came to my sister because there were certain days in which I weren't able to bring in enough money, because generally people got tired of eating the same thing. So I had to go smart. I ditched my sister, which wasn't the smart thing because she had more money, but I ditched her and I started actually taking inventory. Now, I started listening to people. All right, so I got you down as a consistent customer. What would you want me to bring you guys so that way you can continue buying from me? So people would just start listing some of the craziest things you ever heard. So I'm writing things down. Okay, I got you. I got you. I got you. I'm going to bring that. I'm going to bring that. I'm going to bring this. And I started doing that, ladies and gentlemen. And that just, it just really brought me over the top. So that same dude, he actually came to me 3 times one day and said, "Yo, man, I'm sorry about not listening to you." I was like, "Yo, man, it's all water under the bridge." You know what I'm saying? What you need, but I just had to just rub it in his face. Like, what you need? He's like, "I'm gonna need to buy this, and that." You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, "All right, cool." You know, I'm not gonna kick him to the curb because this is money being made. You know what I'm saying? This is money being made for me. This is allowing me to buy these things. This is allowing me to take certain girls to certain places. You know what I'm saying? This is allowing me to upgrade myself. So as I said, in most schools, this isn't allowed, but you can do this little side hustle if you're looking for money. If there's days when you can't afford something, maybe you want to buy a sandwich or something from school. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, well, not from school, for school. You know, what if there's like a Subways? You know what I'm saying, or a Carl's Juniors or some shit like that. You can buy that food and bring it, with you to school. You know what I'm saying? That way you don't have to worry about the school lunch. You don't have to worry about the bullshit system that they have set up. You know what I'm saying? There won't be any situations in which a student is going hungry and a cafeteria lady is being fired. You know what I'm saying? So just think about it. I made it possible. I made it happen. And yes, I was approached by the principal several times because I was keeping students out in the hallway during the period, because people were waiting, obviously. You had to make change. There were people that was carrying big bills for some reason. I don't know why they had these big bills, but back in the day, yeah, $20 and $10 bills and stuff like that. It was hard to exchange because a lot of people were actually just giving you change, because things were 50 cents, things were 75 cents, things were $1. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes it was hard. So I'm like, all right, you got to wait a couple of minutes till I make some more money. That way I can give you change, because that was one of the worst things about it. When people come to you with a big bill and, your business is slow during the day. You know what I'm saying? So during the morning time, it's a good time, for people to buy stuff, but generally there isn't a lot of people around in the morning. So lunchtime was the most popular time, during people's gym class hours. I would sneak out of my class and go to somebody's gym because I knew in that gym there was money to be made. And yes, the risk was worth it. The risk was worth it, ladies and gentlemen. I went there, I sold some things, I got yelled at, I got kicked out of the gym by the gym teacher, like literally kicked because I was, small. So it was just, a kick in the behind and get your ass out of my gym kind of situation. So yeah, but I made it happen. I went out there knowing that risk. So yeah, the principal approached me a couple of times. You know what? We're not going to put you down for the business. We're just saying that basically you can't have people out in the hallways, during the start of the period. And you cannot sneak out of your own class. You will have to wait until an appropriate time to meet up with these people. And I'm like, these aren't clients, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can't schedule meetings like, hey, meet me at the bathroom at 3:45. You know what I'm saying? Like, people, I generally go when I know people are going to be there. You know what I'm saying? They can't depend on me showing up somewhere, and I can't depend on them showing up somewhere. So generally, I would just shoot myself to wherever spot I know kids are going to be at, and those that, happen to be, consistent customers, I would go wherever they're going, kind of like stalking and following them, but I'm not forcing them to buy anything. You know what I'm saying? They bought things off their own will. But as I said, I knew places where there was going to be a lot of kids, and during gym periods, you have more than one class within a gym, so that's going to be at least, when you think about it, like 4 to 5 classes, 30 plus students. So that's at least, close to 120 to 130 kids at maximum in the gym. You know what I'm saying? So it was a lot of numbers involved, ladies and gentlemen. So when you think about it, you're like, wow, you really did all of that? Yes, I did all of that in high school. You know what I'm saying? Because there was a lot of times when my card was denied. So I had to do something about it. So once I started to make my money, I started to buy some deli sandwiches, from the supermarket, or I would go to Subways, get me a sandwich, you know what I'm saying, put it in the bag. Obviously, I was not getting hot sandwiches, because that sandwich would have to sit there all day until lunchtime, you know. So lunch was typically around like 11:30ish, 12 o'clock. And as you got up to higher grades, your lunch period became, it got a little later, towards the fucking end of the day, which was crazy, you know. Um, but yeah, I'm like, started to do that, buy sandwiches and stuff on the days when I knew my card wasn't working, and I had to have money for that, obviously. So that's where the idea of the hustle came in. Eventually, once the school got this whole scanning system, that kind of put a stop to everything because your book bags had to go through metal detectors and on that conveyor belt, and they would see the items within my backpack and they would take it out and confiscate it immediately and don't give it back to you, because when you ask for it back, it'll be sitting there until it gets expired or until the fat ass head security guard comes and he starts to eat at your inventory. And I used to just tally up the prices like, yo, you owe me $75, bro. Like, and he would just like, just look at me like, get the hell out of my face, kid. You don't know what you're talking about, kind of situation. So yeah, that's what it was, and that's what I did during my time in high school. College is different because college is more of an adult life. It's more taken serious. And then you got more so a lot of freaks out there. Not sexually freaks, but you got freaks in just general nature, weird people. So it just seemed like it wasn't going to be fitting to try to go into college doing what I did in high school, because at that point we're all adults. We should have an established bank account and have some bread on us by now. You know what I'm saying? So we should be okay by the time we hit college. And generally I was okay. So yeah, that's the whole gist of the story. You get some more information on your boy, obviously. You get some insight on this article, on this situation that took place in New Hampshire. As I said, she should have got some sort of medal. She should have been accommodated instead of fired, but it is what it is in this world. We have haters. We have people who jump the gun for no apparent reason. And that's what happened. They jumped the gun, fired her, and then realized in the end that she was doing something good and they needed her. You know what I'm saying? So now she's just like, F all of y'all. I'm not coming back. Y'all can kiss my ass. You know what I'm saying? Like, I did what I had to do. I'll pay the price for it. But in the end, I know what I did was right. You know what I'm saying? So she won't have any weight on her shoulders. So let me know what you guys think of that subject in the comment section below. Let me know if you believe my story on my high school life. If you don't believe me, I don't know if there's any way to make you guys actually believe what I'm saying, but honestly, I always tell you guys the truth. So hopefully you can take that into factor and believe what I'm telling you is real. Like, I literally went out there and started hustling in high school. You know what I'm saying? Not selling drugs. I was selling food, more so snacks, just to help us throughout the day. Because as I said, during your time in high school, you get these 4 years, and as you progress through the 4 years, lunch and breakfast times, they go further and further. You know what I'm saying? So once you're starting out as a freshman, you're getting like breakfast at 8 o'clock, and then you're getting lunch around 11:30, and then as you get you know through the levels of the grades, obviously, time starts to get pushed back a little further. Lunch is at 12, lunch is at 12:30, lunch is at 12:45, lunch is at 1 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, that's crazy that we got to sit here all these hours and have our stomachs growling in class, and you know what I'm saying, we're unable to focus because we're starving. So I couldn't let that happen. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, I got people to use their cards that weren't using it, and I got other people to buy snacks, to help themselves out during the day. You know what I'm saying? Because there was always a lot of people that had money. I knew a lot of people that came to school with money, and I knew that they wanted to go to these stores and they weren't able to leave the school. Now, granted, during this time, obviously, there was a few select people that would actually run out of the lunchroom door and run through the parking lot. And at the end of the block, there was a corner store. Now, the blocks were short in New York, everything is like right there. You got the school, and then you walk down towards the end of the curve, and there was a corner store right there, before the crosswalk. So, yeah, there was, a couple of kids that actually will run out and go to the store, come back in with snacks, and get caught by security because security guards used to stand by the doors. Sometimes they would walk away, tending to, a situation or something. And then they would return back to their post, and people would get caught coming back inside of the school. And they were, sent to the principal's office and got in trouble, obviously. But like I said, I knew right then and there, if they're doing that, going to the store and buying stuff like that, I might as well have this stuff ready in my backpack and, make some money off of this. So that way I can help myself upgrade my life, you know what I'm saying, and help you guys at the same time, So use your better judgment. Do you believe my story? Let me know in the comment section. And also, pertaining to the article, let me know if you feel like the school was right about this, or do you guys agree with me? Like, she shouldn't have been fired. She should have been given some sort of award, you know what I'm saying? Like, lunch lady of the year kind of situation, something. She should have been applauded, not fired, With that being said, I'm going to end this video. I know it was longer than expected, and if you stayed throughout this whole montage of me talking about myself, shout outs to you. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you guys. I appreciate the love and support, and continue to show that love and support by subscribing and smacking a thumbs up on every video. Leave your comments and your thoughts. Continue to hit me up on social medias with your subjects in case you want me to make a video about something. I will respond to you guys and make those videos out for you. As I said, this channel is for everyone. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to have content for everyone out there. And you're going to see more real life behind the scenes content as well, in which will feature my face and me doing stuff that you generally wouldn't think I would be doing, you know? So hopefully you guys are up for that. Be on the lookout for another Facebook story today. I should have some more news on the Flash and the crossover that's happening this fall with Batwoman and everything like that going on. I have some more funny videos uploading. You know, I have a lot of stuff going on. So you have a lot to, basically watch. And hopefully you guys will help me out and watch these videos and comment on them and smack that thumbs up button, obviously. Peace out, guys.